Hola muchachos, ¿qué tal? Buenos días. Aquí tienen las instrucciones para el día de hoy, martes el 15 de marzo. Homework for today were the guided workbook pages 103, 4, and 5. We did these as an in-class assignment, and actually they were due at the end of last class. So hopefully you're able to complete these and submit them in preparation for your midterm for today. That was the other thing to do, to take a look at the study guide that was provided to you last class, go over the key terms that were outlined there, and prepare. Maybe jot down any notes that you had as you were reviewing your notes. All right, so today is game day. We're going to take our midterm, skip the warm-up, and get right to it. You can find your midterm here. And I'll go ahead and go over it with you just to be safe right now. So there are two parts: listening comprehension and then reading comprehension. For the listening comprehension, you are going to be given 10 prompts, and each prompt is going to describe one of the 4 pictured vocabulary terms. The PowerPoint will be embedded. These slides will be embedded into your questions. And you guys are going to pick the vocabulary term that best matches each description that you hear. And there's only going to be one clear answer. You'll hear each listening prompt twice. And for those of you that are making this up at home, you can hear the audio, or you're making it up, not at home, but in class. In the Excel lab, you guys can listen to the audio. There will be a video that you can listen to that gives you the listening prompts. You should see that in the instructions for numbers 1 through 10. So that's the listening section, the first 10 questions. From there on out, you will have reading comprehension, where the reading is embedded in each of the questions for the reading comprehension section, and then you're picking A, B, C, or D, the correct conjugation of those irregular verbs in the predicate. And the last few questions are some true-false questions based on the grammar that we reviewed last class. So after you're done with the midterm, we're going to begin the film Cesar Chavez. The film is about an hour and 45 minutes long, so we won't finish it today, of course. We'll finish it next class, and that's actually how we'll finish the quarter off, is by concluding the film. Your assignment associated with the film, due by the end of next class, is to pick any 4 of the discussion questions, or the reflection questions begin there on the second page of this PDF. You can access this PDF here in the agenda. Pick any pick any 4 of the 15 or so reflection questions, and just share your reflections, your impressions as they relate to the film. Any topics with regard to, they have a lot of human rights questions that they have, personal ways that you would relate to some of the themes that they talk about in the film. Cesar Chavez was a labor rights activist, was a human rights activist, and I think a lot of the issues that we see in the film are still at play. If anything, we could make an argument that a lot of the inequalities and the gap between those with and those without is even larger. The socioeconomic gap between the rich and the less fortunate. So you can draw in some of current events today and tie that into any of your reflections. So pick any 4 of the 16 and write a full paragraph response. So I'm looking for about 1.5 pages to 2 pages total if you're going to do this in a notebook and take a picture, or if you guys are going to type these out. Questions are in English and your responses should be in English. So you guys are going to be working on that, and you'll have computers to use while you are watching the film. So that's the agenda for today, muchachos. Nos vemos en clase. Hasta luego.